Hello. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Wait, look! I have a huge goal, which is basically to read my whole TBR. I have a TBR over, wait, I wrote them all down. I have over 160 unread books here at home. I wrote them all down like this, do you see? Obviously, I have to have like some incentive to read. It's basically all, what is it? 32 books. We have this little mark here, which means that I'm then allowed to buy a book. One book, all 32 books. The thing is though, that I only read about 30 to 40 books a year. What I want to do is I really want to up my reading game. I don't want to be reading those 164 books for the next 3 years. I want to read something else as well. As you can see, I already colored one in. So I'm actually 2 books down because I finished one book yesterday, which means I'm gonna color this one in later. I am reading the series of Unfortunate Events. I'm on book 6. Like, I don't want to admit it, but I'm actually like 5 or 6 books behind on my reading challenge thingy on Goodreads. And I want to use these books because they're fairly short. This is the Ersatz Elevator. So about these books, I have already watched that Netflix show and I really want to I think one book is like 2 episodes. So I really want to read the books and then watch those 2 episodes, then read the next book, you know, you get it. The show is better. It's better than the books. I'm not someone who often likes the adaptation more, but for these books, I really think that the show is much better. In the show, so the first 4 books are the first season, and you actually find out quite a few things in season 1. When I compare this to the information that you get from book 1 to 4, I know they're children's books. I get that, okay? But it's still So the way I choose which book to read next, I pick it out of this jar. So I have all my unread books written on pieces of paper and I just choose what book to read next. I'm not a big mood reader, so I'm actually open to reading any book out of here that I pick. I mostly do it like this. If I don't like the first one that I pick out, I'm gonna try the next one. If I don't like that one either, then I'm gonna pick a third one and then I choose out of the 3 that I picked. At the end of the day, I read whatever that comes out of here. At least give it a chance, and if not, then I just DNF on Hollid. I have to admit, a lot of the books I have been on my shelf for quite a while. That's why I'm open to giving every book a chance, because there was a time that I wanted it and bought it. So as I'm going away on the weekend, I thought I'd pick the book that I'm taking with me, or 2, I don't know yet. The only book I'm not really in the mood for is a classic. A short classic is fine, but I don't want to read Anna Karenina or Moby Dick or something like this. Yeah, let's do this. World War Z. Here it is. I had a time where I wanted to read more zombie books and I looked up a lot of zombie books and this is one of them. Maybe you know the movie. There's a movie with Brad Pitt. I think I'm gonna just read this one. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna read you the back. We survived the zombie apocalypse, but how many of us are still haunted by that terrible time? We have temporarily, defeated the living dead, but at what cost? Told in the haunting and riveting voices of the men and women who witnessed the horror firsthand, World War Z is the only record of the plague years. I'm flipping through, it's written in interview style. I also want to know how much this actually then has to do with the movie, because the movie is I don't remember the movie. I remember they went to the WHO and found the cure or something. What else happened in that movie? I want to know how much this book actually, because it even says now a major motion picture. I'm gonna read this. But I am gonna pick a second book. I just love the picking so much. Ooh, I think I'm gonna read that. So this is Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. It's like a sequel to the Darker Shades of Magic trilogy. I love V.E. Schwab, and I loved the Darker Shades of Magic trilogy. And as far as I know, this is like the beginning of a sequel trilogy to that. I will have to read up on original trilogy, like what exactly happened, but you know, it'll be fun to go back to that world. I think I just bought it this year, so this is fairly new on my TBR. Okay, so these two I picked out. Let's go. So I just came back from a walk. It's now Saturday. We arrived here yesterday. I wanted to update you a little bit because yesterday I finished my audiobook, which was Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham. It was really good. I give it, I think, 4 stars. I don't know why I didn't give it 5 stars, but it was like not up there with like other like memoirs I listened to, like Finding Me by Viola Davis or I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. Like those were 5 stars for me. And although I really enjoyed it, it wasn't like up there with those books. But as I said, it was narrated by her, the audiobook by Lauren Graham, and she's so funny. She talked a lot about Gilmore Girls, making the original show, and then also the remake. I think this audiobook came out when they like released the A Year in Life. And I really liked her like insights. I love Gilmore Girls, so that was really enjoyable for me. And then yesterday I started a new audiobook, which is Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. It's a sci-fi thriller, horror, I don't know yet. As I said, science fiction. It's set in the future. We follow Claire, and I don't know exactly like what the definition of her job is, but she works somewhere in space, like the farthest away she could get from Earth, basically. She works there, and she's like the head of a group that repairs stuff. Her job becomes obsolete, so she gets replaced by a robot. She has to basically return to, I don't think it's Earth. I don't know. She has to return to somewhere and she doesn't want to. Like, she's really depressed about it. But like right before they have to go back, they pick up a distress signal, and Claire sees this as her chance to like prolong her stay in space, basically. They follow the signal and find a ghost ship that's like this huge ship that was designed as like, it was designed after like oceanic liners. It was like really famous when it launched 20 years ago, and it was supposed to just be in space for like a year, but it got lost and nobody ever knew what happened to this huge famous space liner. That's the ship they find. For Claire, it's kind of like a chatbot because she's like finders keepers. She's basically going on it to salvage it and get stuff from it that she can sell. She comes back so she can get her own ship, her own crew. That's where I'm at right now. That's literally where I'm at right now. It's Claire's decision to be like, okay, let's loot it. Let's go in and loot. I think it's like 1 hour in or something, so not that much has happened. I wanted to give a little update on World War Z. World War Z? I don't even know. So I'm here to report that this has nothing to do with the movie. I don't like the zombies are similar, obviously, but other than that, I don't see how this is gonna be any similar to the movie. So far, I kind of like the story, but my issue is the style. So it's written in interview form. There are many different characters that tell their experience of the different stages of the zombie apocalypse. He interviews people from all over the world, which is fine, but I kind of miss having recurring characters. I thought maybe at first that we always go back to that one character, like we hear him or her talk about the beginning of it and then what they were doing while it happened and what they did afterwards. But no, it's always a different character. I don't know. I'm someone who kind of needs to care about characters, and that makes it really hard for me if there's literally no character that ever comes back, basically. Some characters I don't care about, but others are kind of really interesting, and it's kind of sad that they never come back again, never get mentioned again. The story itself, the apocalypse itself, everything that happens is good so far. I'm only a couple of 100 pages in. Yeah, I'll update you later. I'm gonna pick up my new classes now, which I'm really excited about. And then I'll update you about this when I get further into it. So it's the next day. I don't have a reading update yet because I didn't read yesterday. Anyways, I just wanted to do a little journal update because I just got 2 new journals. I've been journaling since, I want to say, 2020. And I started with this. I always use Moleskine. Do you see that? And I started with this, which is a daily journal. Wait, I'm going to show you a page where you don't see anything. But we have 1 page per day, and that kind of sucked for me. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not journaling every single day, I noticed. So I got this one instead. I think it's 300 or 400 pages, so it's huge. And I used that for then 2021 and 2022. And then for 2023, I went back to another one, a daily journal. But again, I noticed I don't journal every day. So it's just a waste of pages, honestly. So for 2024, I just continued to use this. I'm not even done yet. I'm here, as you can see, with the journal. But for 2025, I got a new one, which is again Moleskine, but it's only 240 pages, so it's much shorter than this one. And it's also a dotted journal, because these ones, they were all linear. They had these lines, as you can see, and I don't like that for journaling. I don't know. I also have one for work, and I got this one. This is so fancy. It arrived in this box for a journal. I was okay, slay. This is the one that I currently use. I do like it because it doesn't close that well, but I do like the spiral. I just use this for my to-dos every day at work or something. As you can see, it's just a daily planner where I write down my to-do lists every single day and I don't know, meetings, And now I got this one because I wanted a nicer one, a little bit nicer. So this is the one. I love it. It's so pretty. It's called the Executive Journal. Anyways, it's also this a daily one where I'm just gonna write down my to-dos, but it's so pretty. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you that. I have a lot of journals. I am big on journaling and I love to journal every single thing ever. So I feel like I've been filming this vlog forever and it was just meant to be like my first vlog, just quickly done. But apparently I couldn't do that. So it was mostly because I just didn't read very much, which is something that I want to change. Well, that's one of the reasons why I'm starting to do this, because I just want to read more. I feel like filming it and vlogging it is gonna help me be more consistent. Today is Saturday, it's Saturday evening already. I didn't read much yesterday either on Friday. I just happened to doom scroll instead of reading and I want to change that. Yeah, I'm just gonna be reading this evening and then tomorrow, and then I'll just finish the vlog tomorrow wherever I am. I will try to finish this one today and then maybe start Threads of Power as well. We'll see, but I'll finish the vlog tomorrow because otherwise it probably will never get done. So yeah, let's go. So like this story right now, this interview, whatever, was so good, so interesting. Like I wish the whole book was like that, but some stories are just so boring. My mom is gonna pick me up in like an hour. Until then, I'm just gonna read. So I think I'm gonna finish the vlog now here because I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish World War Z or was that? I'm still not sure. I don't know if I'm gonna continue this book, to be honest with you, because it's like I feel like a reading slump coming at me with this book. Because as I said, some of the interviews and the stories from some people are so interesting and I like want to know more, but then it ends and goes to a completely different person, and the most boring parts are the people that are like in military or whatever, and it's just spends 10 pages on different kind of strategies, war strategies that they have had against the zombies, and I just don't care. I put it aside for now and I started Threads of Power because I just wanted to go back into this world and to these characters that I know and love. If you watched until now, thank you for coming along for my first vlog. See you soon.